Hello again, everyone, and welcome to a brand new edition of Big Time Sports. My name is Joe Dunn, and here's your invitation to stay with us for the next 25 minutes because we're going to talk some college football. In fact, tonight's a special night because it begins our full-time coverage throughout the remainder of football season. That's all we'll be talking about. It'll be high school and college football, and no better school to start with than Walsh University over in North Canton. Head coach John Fankhauser is here. We're going to talk some college football, get a preview on what it's going to be like for the GMAC and Walsh University football for 2025. Before we do that, however, we're not through with baseball. I'll be over at Thurman Munson Stadium next Tuesday night along with Mike Galena for the Class A baseball playoffs. That's right, we'll be covering the baseball tournament with the playoffs, and the championship game will be on Wednesday night, August 6th. Charlie Jones will have the call on that. And if you're looking for our high school football schedule, you can get it right now on BigTimeSports.com. We'll begin coverage with that Perry Central Catholic game Thursday night before the first Friday night game. So a lot of football to talk about, as we said, but tonight we talk Walsh University football with head coach John Fankhauser. And coach, I kind of joked when you walked in, I know it's football season when I see the coach because we always have you on to start the year. So welcome to the show. Year number 8, I believe, as the head coach of the Cavaliers. It goes pretty quick, doesn't it?
Yeah, it sure does, Joe. As you said, it is nice to walk in here. I know it's football season for a couple of things. The fireworks go off in the 4th and everything, and the next cue that I have is Big Time Sports.
There you go. Well, it all starts pretty quick because your opening game is Thursday night, August 28th. West Liberty will be in town. You knocked them off, I think, to begin the season last year. Before we talk about that game and about the season, Coach, let's talk about last year a little bit because you got off to a great start. You were 4-2 after the first 6 games. You had to be riding pretty high.
Yeah, it was nice for our guys to get off to a good start at the beginning of the season last year. We had a couple, really there was a game that got away from us too early in the year as well, and felt like we could have potentially won that one as well, but we were happy with the 4-2 start. Really, our group is finally getting older, which is a great thing. We were largely juniors and sophomores last year of the guys that were playing a lot for us. So having them as seniors and juniors this year will be even more helpful.
I noticed also you got a big win over Ashland, 24-10, which I know is a big win. I often wondered, now that Malone's not playing football, have you established some big rivalries in the GMAC? Is Ashland the #1 rival? Is it Lake Erie? Is it Tiffin? Who do you really get the adrenaline flowing when you see them on the schedule?
Well, our school really promotes, we have a trophy with Lake Erie, Pride and Passion Trophy, so that's something that's been around for a little bit longer. Ashland coming into the conference later than that, that's a rival always as well, just because of our locale.
Sure.
And they've been very good in our conference so far, and that's who we want to overtake and get to the top of the conference, and that's the way you got to do it, is by beating them.
There you go. Well, let's talk about 2025. You've brought 4 of your outstanding players. We're going to meet them in a minute. When the players report, give a little idea of what practice is going to be like leading up to that opening game on the 28th.
Our guys report August 2nd. Which is about 9 days from now, and our guys are going to get going, and our first practice is the 4th, and we'll jump right into it and start going. And again, having an older group, it's nice to be able to practice differently a little bit. We don't have to bang and be as physical right out of the gate as we typically would in it with a younger team. And we also, I'll say this, we have a lot more experience and guys that have played enough that now we can add and enhance our offense and defensive schemes as well. So we're going to do a few different things that way. Looking forward to, our guys know how to practice. That's a big thing that we've tried to really stress and teach them as they were freshmen and sophomores. And they know how to practice, how to compete at the right times and take care of each other as well, because we still need all of our horses at the dance. So that's been a good thing for our upperclassmen too, as they've learned it, and now it translates into our new kids as well. So I'm looking forward to camp, and I'm looking forward to our seniors as they go through this last process of their college football careers, and I'm excited for the season.
Of course, as you know, the NCAA has made so many changes. College football has changed so much in the last few years. It's going to change even more. But has it determined your roster size? There's a lot of determination now on roster size. Has that affected you guys at all or not?
Yes, it has affected us, and a lot of people would think that it's affected the Division I negatively, but a lot of people think it affects us negatively. It hasn't really affected us negatively. It's probably actually affected us positively because there's more opportunity to get guys into our university. Right now we're sitting at about 150 players, and
150.
we're usually
Okay.
in that 130 to 135 range. So we've been a little bit better. I believe there's a more quality freshman or recruit athlete out there because a lot of the schools that are slightly, well, a lot of the MAC schools that are around us and the YSUs and the Robert Morrises and all those folks are hitting the transfer portal so hard. There's a lot more quality freshmen available that can make that jump into college, play a little bit, and then potentially make that jump up if they needed to. Yeah,
before we meet our first player you brought, Coach, maybe a quick look, at least on paper, going into this season, what do you think the strength of your football team is right now?
One of the strengths that we haven't had and finally do have is our offensive line. We have every starter back on our team from the starting offensive line last year. That will be big. We have a really good skill group as well. That are a lot of those guys are back. A lot of local guys, and one of the guys that's here tonight. And then on our defensive side, we've gained some experience. We're going to miss some guys at linebacker that we've had. We had 2 senior starters, or junior and senior starter, that are no longer with us. But I feel like our secondary and some of those guys are more experienced and can really provide a strength for us defensively.
As I said, you brought 4 players. I'm sure 4 key guys. You got a guy to your left, I'm sure, is going to be big for you. Why don't you introduce him?
This is Jared Karakas. He is a kicker punter from Copley High School, but went to Bowling Green out of high school, but then transferred back, and I think has really found a home with us and had some specific kickoff duties for us, but his role will increase going into his senior year.
Welcome to the program, the Copley Indians up there on the west side of Akron. Very familiar with that program. Tell us about your journey as a kicker, because most of the kickers I've been around, they just didn't start yesterday. You had to be kicking since you were maybe in grade school. Tell us about that journey and where you are right now as a kicker.
Yeah, so I grew up as a soccer player.
Okay, Copley's a great soccer school. Everybody knows that.
Yeah, it was, and I really never had thoughts of playing football. My senior year of high school, one of my good friends on the football team convinced me to come give it a try, and I did, and the rest is history. My senior year was a little weird with recruiting, with COVID and everything, so I kind of just set out and see what I could find, and I ended up stumbling upon Bowling Green and Akron with great offers, PWO offers for football, and ended up going to Bowling Green, where both my parents went.
Sure.
Great school.
When did you think you'd be pretty good when you put the ball in the tee as opposed to having the ball in the ground? When did you think, hey, I can be pretty good at this football game?
Yeah, it was really that first practice I went out, and I didn't think much of it. I didn't know the form. I didn't know technique. I just went out and kicked and did really well, and I was like, hey, this is easy. Yeah.
How do you handle the pressure? Because a lot of times they'll work down the field late in the game trying to get the kicker in the field position and win it with a field goal. Have you been in those pressure situations before? And how do you handle that? And tell us about some of the success you've had doing that.
Yeah, so I mean, the key is just not letting the pressure get to you and taking it one kick at a time. When you miss a kick, the goal is to focus on the next kick rather than focusing back on that kick. So yeah, really just focus on one moment at a time and just always stay prepared on the sidelines, mentally and physically. Sure.
Well, best of luck this year. And Coach, everybody knows how important special teams are, so you got a good one here.
Yes, we do. He's going to be a vital key to our special teams this year for sure, and have a big influence on field position.
There you go. Coach, stay put. We're going to take a break, come back and meet one more member of this 2025 Walsh University football team right after this timeout.
The all-new 2026 Chevy Equinox is here at Bear Chevrolet Toyota. Sleek, smart, and ready for summer fun. With advanced tech, bold styling, and room for the whole crew, it's the perfect ride for every adventure. Stop in today, take a spin, and see why everyone's talking about the new Equinox. Bear Chevrolet Toyota on the Wabash in New Philadelphia.
You're only as good as your people. And what we've done here is that we've created a culture where people flourish.
We don't want it to be a transaction. We want it to be something where there's a consultative approach, a relationship that allows us to really, one, ensure our customer the right way, but then two, to let them understand the value of getting to work with us.
It's an extreme amount of satisfaction for this team that we have right now. We've developed a team that is solely based on relationships.
Rabbit Landscaping is Northeast Ohio's premier residential and commercial landscaping establishment in Jackson Township. They provide an ample amount of services, including landscape design, hardscapes, deck and fence installations, outdoor lighting, lawn maintenance, leaf removal, and snow removal. Rabbit Landscaping aims to provide a quality, trustworthy landscaping service to your area. Call for a free quote at 330-936-7616.
Okay, welcome back to Big Time Sports. We're talking football, college football to be exact. Walsh University is here to kick off our coverage of high school and college football for the 2025 season. And of course, Big Time Sports will be out and about every Friday night throughout the season to bring you the best in high school football. You can check our schedule right now on BigTimeSports.com. And of course, we urge you to support Walsh University over there in North Canton. Beautiful facility over there, brand new. Coach, you've been there for a couple of years and you got to love it playing on campus.
Yeah, it's starting to become a very good home environment. We have a lot of alumni, a lot of fans that kind of line the pathway on our way to the field coming out of our tunnel, so it's created a great home environment.
I thought about that today, Coach. There's got to be a special feeling when you bring the team through that tunnel. The fans are there. It's got to be a motivating factor. The adrenaline starts flowing. That's big for your program.
Yeah, it's been our kids have kind of created the tunnel as a little bit of a hype area.
Sure.
Because the echo and everything's right on top of you, and when we come out of it, that noise that we've made in the tunnel has brought more people to that walkway and onto the field, and it's really been a great atmosphere.
We mentioned, and fans should circle this because Thursday night, August 28th, will be a big night. They open up the season against West Liberty at home over at North Canton. What about the rest of the schedule? Does it fit pretty well?
Yeah, it's really a flip of last year for the most part. The few conference games flip in order, but home and away is pretty tight there. We have we go to Wheeling the week after. We'll have an open date. Then we go to Kentucky Wesleyan. So we have 2 road games kind of back to back in a way, and then we get back home. We'll have 6 home games next year out of the 11.
That's a pretty good schedule to have 6 at home. So we talked about the stadium and what it means for the program. Any improvements coming there, Coach? Is it pretty well set again, what we had last year?
It's pretty well set. Based off of what we have last year, we have big plans coming as we continue to fundraise and try to get some things ready to be built for the actual home side of our stadium.
Okay. Quick question before we meet our next player. What about a scouting report on the GMAC? Who are the teams to beat this year?
Well, I think the teams to beat are typical. Ashland's going to have a lot of people back. They won the GMAC last year. Findlay will be pretty good again. They have a lot of upperclassmen. Tiffin is right up there as well. Those are probably, give or take, the top 3. But in our league, it's such a grinder league that anybody can beat anybody as you go, and we hope to get into that better than top 3.
There you go. Well, last segment, we bet a young guy is going to be the kicker for Walsh University. What about introducing this young guy? I don't think he's a kicker.
No, this guy's not a kicker, although he thinks he can do everything on the field, which is not a bad thing. Dante Walker is a running back, a senior running back from Ursuline High School in Youngstown, and came to us, and he's been a very positive person, not just on our football field, but on our campus. He's a student athletic advisory committee member and does a lot of things in the outside of the football field on our campus as well, and is a great leader.
Welcome to the program. I'm sure you are familiar with Coach Fankhauser and the way he loves to run the football out of that. I'm not sure you're going to be in the I running that ISO or not, but Coach Dennison, who you coached for a long time, loved to run the football. So tell us about your anticipation for the season and some of the goals you've set as a running back.
My anticipation for the season is I have very high hopes for our team. I think we've grown tremendously through leadership and culture and everything like that. I want to win a GMAC. I know everybody on our team wants to win a GMAC championship. Goals for myself is I want to be an All-American this year. That's something I wasn't able to set at my previous school, so I want to be able to do it here. And I just want to do anything to help my team win, really. Yeah.
Coming out of Ursuline High School over in Youngstown, great football over in Mahoning County. Everybody knows how tough it is over there, some of the great programs. Tell us about your exploits at Ursuline and how you ended up at Walsh University.
So when I was at Ursuline, it was pretty brutal my first couple years. We weren't very good. And then we got Coach Reardon back, who was here at McKinley. And then we had a pretty good run my senior year. And then ever since, they've been in the regional finals every year. Yeah. And then out of high school, I actually went to YSU. Okay. Played running back there, and then hopped in the transfer portal, and then I'm here now at Walsh, and I'm enjoying my time.
Tell us about your strengths as a running back. Hit the hole quickly. Can you catch the football out of the backfield? Or you can do a little bit of everything?
I can do a little bit of everything, as Coach Fink would like to say. But my biggest strength is probably my knowledge of the game.
Okay.
I really understand the game in and out, what the defense is giving us, what they're trying to get us to do. So my football IQ is probably my biggest strength.
Tell us how you've got ready for the season, because this is the time of year when everybody gets excited. I mean, you got the high school bands out practicing. You got the publications in the stores. You can go read about college football. Now you're a few days away from beginning practice. How excited are you about this upcoming year?
I'm very excited. I've prepared how I always have since high school. I know what works for myself and what I have to do to get ready for the season mentally, physically, because it's a grind when you get into camp. Your days start to blend with each other. You don't know what time it is anymore, and you're just leaning on your brother to have some fun. But I'm very excited.
Well, I'm glad you found a home here at Walsh University, and you have a lot of expectations. And Coach, I know how much you love to run the football, so this guy's going to be right in the middle of it.
Yes, for sure. He'll be one of the guys toting the football for sure. We won't necessarily be in the eye, but we'll do some similar things out of the gun and back, our offset back, and some of those things. But yeah, he's going to be a vital key to our offense.
There you go. Thanks again for coming over. Best of luck this year. We're going to take another break, come back and meet another Walsh University football player right after this.
The all-new 2026 Chevy Equinox is here at Bear Chevrolet Toyota. Sleek, smart, and ready for summer fun. With advanced tech, bold styling, and room for the whole crew, it's the perfect ride for every adventure. Stop in today, take a spin, and see why everyone's talking about the new Equinox. Bear Chevrolet Toyota on the Wabash in New Philadelphia.
Altman is here for you, in your community, because you matter. We're proud to be the area's first and only independent health system. We are one team, joined together and committed to one mission, to lead our community to improved health. And we've always been here, dedicated to providing you with the very best in care, wellness, education, insurance, and more. For your community and for your family, Altman is always here for you.
Certified by the American Lighting Association, Furbay's Light Shop is your go-to for all lighting needs, residential, commercial, or industrial. Our experts assist with every detail, from bulb size and fixture type to designing layouts. Visit us for hands-on displays showcasing various fixtures, or log in to furbay.com/lightshop. Let us help you visualize the perfect light for your space. Whether you need advice or want to explore lighting options, stop by or log in to Furbay's Light Shop today and see how we can brighten your project.
Well, if you're a high school and college football fan, you have come to the right place. Big Time Sports, right on the edge of beginning our coverage of 2025 high school and college football. And tonight we're talking college football. Walsh University is here. Veteran coach John Fankhauser is here talking about the upcoming 2025 season. And Coach, again, I was checking your roster today on your website, and you've done a great job recruiting a lot of local players. Done a good job with, I see a lot of former Green players, a lot of Lake players. And I guess the one question I've got, you talked about your veteran group. How tough is it for a young 18, 19-year-old freshman to come in and play at your level? It's got to be tough right now.
Well, yeah, it is quite tough because it is a physical league. We play in a league that is really physical, gets after you right away, so that transition from high school to college is a big leap for a lot of young men.
Yeah.
I'll say this, in the Stark County area, the Federal League prepares them as good as anybody because that's a physical league as well. So we have a lot of guys from the Federal League. We have a lot of guys from the Stark County, Summit County, Tuscarawas County area. We've done really good in recruiting that way, giving kids a great place to go to school and get a great education. And it's a big recruiting plug for us is to try to stay as local as we can.
Is it easier for the skilled players to come in and play right away, the wide receivers, maybe the running backs, the defensive backs, as opposed to those offensive, defensive linemen? You got to get strong to play at that position.
Yeah, typically it is better or easier for a skill guy to come in and play just because he doesn't quite have to do the physical muscle stuff. If they can run, they can run. Yeah, that sort of thing. But you know, it's a little bit of a transition for everybody, no matter where they're at.
Exactly. This is the third young man we're going to talk to, getting ready for 2025 Walsh University football. Why don't you introduce him and what he means to this coming team? Sure.
This is Cody Henry. He is a fifth-year senior defensive lineman from Worcester High School. He's been with us the whole time, and one of the things about Cody is he started out as a preferred walk-on type thing, and has earned scholarship and done some really good things through his work ethic and his play that has been well rewarded. Cody, welcome to the program. The Worcester Generals, I follow them a little bit down there in Wayne County, so tell us about your high school career and coming to Walsh as a walk-on. They didn't promise anything, just gave you an opportunity. How did that work out for you?
So yeah, it was pretty good. Our team at Worcester, we had a lot of seniors. We had about 22 in our graduating class, you know. We had a couple, it was during COVID, so it was kind of difficult to get out and get seen because you know, there weren't any camps to go to or anything like that, and all my visits were virtual. So, you know, I didn't really get to see many campuses up until, you know, late in the year. But yeah, Walsh came to me. You know, they're one of the last schools I talked to. You know, I couldn't really find a home because, you know, I was all virtual, but they were one of the first campuses I was able to go look at. So, you know, that's kind of, I really like their campus and the schooling, so that's kind of one of the reasons I came here. Out of high school, you know, with lack of camps, you know, they really have to rely on your tape. I probably didn't have the best tape out there. Our school didn't have the, you know, fancy cameras or anything like that.
Yeah, we talked to the coach a second ago about the transition from being a high school football player to playing at this level. What did you feel you had to do to contribute? You kind of get bigger and stronger. When you came in, were you kind of in awe of what was happening around you, and how did you work to get where you're at now?
Yeah, I was in awe. I would say, because we're growing up, I wasn't always the biggest kid, you know. I had to really depend on my work ethic and my technique and, you know, how I practice. I really focused on that. Out of high school, I was, as a freshman, I didn't start or anything. I had to work my way up to JV, so I kind of had that work ethic going from there. And then I kind of just brought it to the next level.
Yeah. How much fun do you have playing college football? You're in your fifth year, so you must love it a lot. And tell us about this final go at it for college football.
There's certainly been a lot of ups and downs. I really love the game. You know, going out there and just competing it brings back, you know, childhood memories, and I'm, you know, grateful to be able to play at like this age. Not a lot of people get that opportunity. But yeah, I love the sport. Been watching it. You know, I got favorite teams. You know.
Sure. Well, best of luck this year, Coach. One of the final questions before we take a break. It's got to be fun to see a kid come in as a walk-on, and where this young man is right now, a scholarship player.
Yeah, for Cody to come in and walk on and just take a risk on us, as we, you know, didn't really take much of a risk, I guess, on him. He did a great job with earning it. He does it through his work ethic, through his leadership. He has already graduated. He is in grad school now as well, doing everything the way you'd want your young men to do it.
But good luck. Congratulations on getting that scholarship. We're going to take a break, come back and talk to our final Walsh University player right after this.
The all-new 2026 Chevy Equinox is here at Bear Chevrolet Toyota. Sleek, smart, and ready for summer fun. With advanced tech, bold styling, and room for the whole crew, it's the perfect ride for every adventure. Stop in today, take a spin, and see why everyone's talking about the new Equinox. Bear Chevrolet Toyota on the Wabash in New Philadelphia.
This moment, it's a choice. To find out what you're made of. To own what's in front of you, no matter what that might be. We showed up, we're here. This moment belongs to us right now.
It's always that personal touch that they know you.
Prime Time has people that can help you through every step of the way, and when you're my age, you need that extra help.
You don't want a lot of questioning when you're already dealing with a medical issue. Prime Time is trying to help us get down the road as long as we can.
And if you're not in the right situation, a senior can lose everything. I feel with Primetime, we picked the best program.
Okay, welcome back to Big Time Sports as we continue our conversation with head coach John Fankhauser. Walsh University opening the season over in North Canton on Thursday night, August 28th. West Liberty will be in town. Hope to see a big crowd over there to kick off the season the right way. And Coach, got a young man sitting next to you. As he sat down, he said, this is a guy that played early for me, expecting a lot of things from this young man.
Yeah, like we talked about in the last segment, skill guys can come in and play early, and one of the things Marv has been able to do, this is Marvin Kunkel, by the way, Marv has been able to do is come in and play early because of his skill set that he has, and he's a great tackler.
Well, I'll tell you what, welcome to the program. What about some goals for this year, 2025 season, right around the court? You've played a lot of football. Every season is special. Every season is different. What are your goals this year?
Personally, last year I made a second team all conference where I felt like I left a lot of plays on the field. I want to be a first team all conference player, and I'm not putting a cap on my potential. I want to be All American as well. And ultimately, team goal, I just want to win. I've been here since my freshman year, and I feel like we're at that moment now. We need to win, and that's the goal. I just want to win.
Sure. How have you changed as a football player since the first time you stepped on campus to where you are right now going into this 2025 season?
I would say I grew so much physically, mentally. When I first came in as a freshman, you think you know a lot about football until you get to college. The terminology is way different. I gained about 20 pounds. I came in, I was real skinny. Came in about 187. Now I'm at around 205. I would just say, but mentally, that's where I grew the most. Just understanding offenses, tendencies, and all that stuff. That's where I say I grew the most at.
Yeah, one of the questions I was going to ask some of the other guys, but I'll throw it out to you. Time management, you got a lot on your plate. I mean, you got practice, you got games, you got class, you've got studies, you got to eat. How do you get all that in, and how do you make sure everything fits in with your schedule?
So me, I kind of stick to a routine. I tell a lot of freshmen coming in, the hardest part is going to be managing your time because you don't have your parents to be there to guide you through every move. So if you're able to manage your time, college is going to be a smooth transition. For me, I kind of like stick to a routine, and that helped me get through college to where I'm at now.
Sure. Final question, what about what you're studying at Walsh and what you hope to do after football's finally over down the road?
So I'm in school for business management. I'm studying business management. Right now I'm currently working an intern for the city of Cleveland. I'm a council aide. This is my second year being an intern for that. It brought a lot of interest to politics to me. I never thought I would like politics, so I've been, I got a bunch of interests, but it's kind of leaning towards the political side of it.
Politics is a tough business, but you're in a tough sport, so I'm sure you do well in that. But Coach, a young man, I know you were counting on this year. He's going to be big for you.
Yeah, Marv is a guy that we've counted on as he's grown through the years. He's stuck with us and stuck with Walsh and stuck with his program and his goals, and has done a lot of great things, and I expect a really big year out of Marvin in the back end.
Well, Marvin, thanks for coming. Best of luck this year. And Coach, best of luck to you. It's always fun kicking off our coverage of college and high school football season with you being here. So best of luck to Walsh this year in 2025.
Yep, thank you, Joe. It's a privilege to be here, and thank you for all of our guys, and look forward to seeing, I believe, on a homecoming game potentially.
There you
go. Doing a TV show with us, or covered our game, but excited to have you guys again.
There you go. Next week, the Green Bulldogs will be here again. Thanks to Coach Fankhauser. We'll see you back here next week with more Big Time Sports.